Hello, my friends. I'm Angie Harris, certified mindfulness instructor and mom. I'm about to leave for my afternoon commute with my kids. I get them from school. I take them to their after-school activities. I have some other kids in the car sometimes. Sometimes it's just me and my boys. But I wanted to pose this challenge to any moms and dads that are picking their kids up today and taking them anyplace else. Doesn't matter what time it may be. The first part of it is that when you're commuting your children from one place to the next, you actually make a decision to not correct them. Make a decision to not correct them. That means that you're actually going to let them say and do things that normally you would jump all over, and today you're making the decision to not correct them. That's number one. I can tell you that when you're not correcting them, notice what's happening on your inside as you want to call out something to them. Maybe change some words that they used, or maybe talk to them about things they could have done better. Instead of doing any of those things, you're going to actively listen and not correct them, no matter what. You're going to let it go, right? That's number one. The second part of this is while you're listening, while you're noticing what's happening on your inside, as you notice what's happening on the outside, that's mindfulness, right? See if you could give yourself some kindness. See if you could bring some humor into it. What I like to do is I take my tongue when I really want to talk and I'm not supposed to. This is my practice of nonviolent and peaceful communication. When I really want to talk and I hold my tongue, I take my tongue and I gently place it on the gum line right where it meets my top teeth, right on the back, just like this. You don't even know that I'm doing it, right? It gives me something to do when my mind is telling my mouth, fire out a bunch of words, correct, teach, do. This is what I do instead. Take my tongue and I gently place it right there. I breathe in. I breathe out and I notice what happens when I really want to speak, when I really want to correct. Just listen. The other part of this is, see if you could think of something that happened today or yesterday with you that had nothing to do with your kids, and ask them how they would have handled the situation. It could be something as simple as someone took your parking space at the grocery store, or you couldn't find your cell phone. I looked all over and I just couldn't find it. What would you have done in that situation? And just let them either not answer you at all, but they tend to know stuff, so they might give you a bunch of answers. Just let them speak. And again, you're not going to correct them. You're not going to tell them what you did unless they ask. It's just a way of your children feeling on the same level as you. Remember, when you come home from your long day at work, the last thing that you want to do is answer questions aggressively and be told what you could have done better. But we tend to do that to our kids when we pick them up from school or from sporting activities or from music or theater, whatever they might be in. We tend to fire out questions, usually kind of aggressively and excited, and then we tell them what we think they could have done better, right? And how do you react when someone does that to you? We usually get pretty defiant, pretty resistant. Right away we shift into this mind space of, oh, they don't understand. So this activity actually really helps communication open up between parent and child. This is part of mindful communication, also called nonviolent communication, also called engaged communication. Listen with your whole self. Notice what's happening on the inside as you're listening. Notice when you really want to speak, when you want to teach, when you want to correct. And instead of letting your mind tell your mouth, fire out words, use that technique I just told you about with the tongue at the top, and just notice what happens when we know stuff, right? Have a great afternoon, a great evening for my friends that are in other parts of the country besides the Northeast, and let me know how this goes. Remember, active listening, notice what's happening within you when you want to teach, and then see if you can level the playing field even more by you offering some challenge that you had, a minor challenge to your child, and ask them how they would have handled it, being open and accepting for no matter what they say. Have a great day. Bye-bye.